Welcome to Act Like a Man podcast, taking manhood back.
Well, welcome to Act Like a Man podcast. And I'm here to answer your money questions. But before we jump off to the questions, also hi to Shane. Just want to give you a plug of our event, Build Your Future, with Randall Tiongson, RD Abelio, Gabby Tiongson, and myself. Four of us will be speaking on money matters. And it's only 500 pesos and you get a free book by Randall. I think you get this book by Randall Tiongson if you sign up for this, which is worth 500, and you get a book that's worth 500. In short, it's free. I think Randall just wants to help a lot of Filipinos build a brighter future. So please invite friends that you know who need to build a brighter future, and invite friends to come for this one. It's going to be on September 29, 1 p.m. Saturday at Samsung Hall, SM Aura, Taguig. Right, Samsung Hall pala to, no? So baka kakanta kami ni Randall dito, no? Alright. Steph, alright. Di ko makita kasi yung picture mo. So, mamaya pag-click ko na picture for sure, makikilala ka. Shane, when is the registration? I think more than 500 have already signed up. I'm not sure how many could fit in Samsung Hall, pero meron pa. I've got a few tickets left, and I think if you go to Randall's Facebook, I think there's a link there where you can sign up and join. All right, let's start off with some of the questions here. First question from IG Stories is, how do you confront a friend who has a habit of borrowing money without paying back? Grabe, friend. So how do you do that? I think if you have friends or family members or relatives who have a habit of borrowing money, I think that's where the problem is. There's a habit already of borrowing money and ang masaklap, without paying back. What that means is wala silang control and they use the money that has no return. So medyo delikado yun, no? And would be good for you as a true friend, okay, to stop letting him borrow money from you, and ask him good questions that would lead him to assess why he continues to borrow money without paying back. Hindi mo kasi alam kung saan niya ginagamit yung pera, and sometimes they would say they would use it for something, but then they really don't. Or if they do use it, maybe for business or for capital, but then they don't have a business plan, don't have the proper strategies. It's like throwing money away. As what I would always say to my kids, no, every time na may bibilin sila na feeling ko hindi naman nila gagamitin, it's like throwing a 20 pesos or 50 pesos or 100 pesos away. Do you think it's worth it? And it always works. They always bring back those stuff back to the store because they really don't need it. Sometimes it's good to assess, no, bago po tayo magpahiram ng pera sa mga kaibigan natin, or else we might be empowering them. You don't want to enable them to do things that are not beneficial for them dahil nga mahal mo sila. Pero kung kaaway mo sila, sige, pairamin mo ng pera. Okay lang yon. Alright. Pero lugi kayong dalawa. So, again, stop letting your friend borrow money from you because it's already an unhealthy habit. I think one of the things that we do, Tammy and I would do, is every time a friend would borrow money, hindi po kami nagpapautang, no? I think it's not in our practice na magpautang. Pero ang ginagawa namin is, if we feel like God wants us to give to that person, we just give a certain amount, not the amount that He's asking. Yung medyo maluwag din sa amin, and we would say, you don't have to pay us back. I know you're asking for 5,000. Here's 5 pesos, no? No, here's maybe a certain amount, but you don't have to pay us back. If you want to pay us back, that will be fine, but you don't need to. Right? Para sa ganon, wala ring awkwardness, no? At saka most likely hindi na sila hihiram ulit sa'yo. Right, next question we have here is, how do you handle the finances at home? Okay, pagdating sa bahay, meron po kaming rule where we say every peso has a name, which means every income that comes into our household, whether it's through my salary or through Tammy's work, we would make sure that every peso has a name. Lahat po yan, we try to designate it already to its proper owner. Like we have what we call savings, we have investments, we have tithes that we give to the church. We also give offering, something that goes beyond the tithe, and we give it away, right? And meron din kami for mga vacations, family trips, date nights namin, groceries, electricity, and many of these things. Actually, I wrote it down in my book, Rich for Life. If wala pa kayo nitong libro na tong Rich for Life, you can get one, and I know it will bless you. I think it's available, I think, in Shopee and Lazada. Meron po mga sellers doon ng mga libro ko. And so you can go and check those out. I don't know if it's in National Bookstore, but it would... Okay. Dito ko lang sasabihin, no? Kasi medyo pang-giveaway to, no? Pag pupunta kayo sa book fair, meron po akong limited copies of Rich for Life. I think CSM would be selling it for only 100 pesos. Masakit, no? Okay, dahil 100 pesos lang. Yun po ang puhunan namin. Alright, but then, yeah. So, we make sure na meron pong designated area or owner ang lahat ng income na pumapasok sa amin. That's why I put a name into every money that comes. And surplus is not a good name, by the way. Kasi pag feeling mo surplus siya, you kind of spend it already on things that are not really useful. So you don't wanna do that. Right? Na-realize ko rin, no, ang pera kasi, sa totoo lang, for an average Filipino, there's always somewhere to put your money into. Right? And that's why surplus is not a good one, because maybe some of you are dreaming of a house. Maybe put a house fund where you can put in money there every month, or you're believing for a car and put your money there. Okay. Next question. This is interesting. Who is more money-wise, Tammy or you? Right? Sa tingin nyo, sino? Right? Alam ko mas mukha akong Chinese, but Tammy is also 100% full-blooded Chinese. But who's more money-wise than Tammy or me? The answer is si Tammy, no? And si Tammy kasi sobrang, doesn't look like, siguro dahil ang ganda niya. Pag maganda kasi misis mo, parang lahat ng suot niya, whether 50 pesos yung t-shirt or 500, maganda. Ang ganda pa rin, no? Kaya na-in love ako kay Tammy, no? Pero ang kagandahan kasi kay Tammy, never humingi ng pera yan sa akin. Kusa na siyang kumukuha. No? Hindi, loko lang. But she's really money-wise. She knows how to budget. Sometimes to a fault. Sobrang stickler to the budget siya. Actually, sa aming dalawa, ako ang mas magastos. Pero hindi naman ako magastos talaga. Tama ba? Right? Yes, tama. Okay. So, parehas kaming Chinese mag-isip, pero mas Chinese si Tammy pagdating sa pera kaysa sa akin, no? Ayan. Oh, by the way, guys, you can ask questions. Please comment so I could answer those questions. No? Now, in one of the books of Randall Tiongson, yung No Nonsense Personal Finance, he said that the baby step to finance is to start an emergency fund. An emergency fund is your 3 to 6 months living expense. No? So para kung may mangyari sa'yo na walang ka ng trabaho, at least buhay yung pamilya mo ng 3 to 6 months of your operating costs, you've set it aside. Now, somebody asks here, how do I start my emergency fund? Right? Okay, it's quite easy, no, on how to start your emergency fund. Mayroon tayong mga practical steps that I'd like to share to you. Ang galing kasi it's actually here. Galing talaga na nagsulat nitong libro. Okay. How do you start the emergency fund? Okay. Here's some steps, step by step, no, on how you can start the emergency fund. Okay. So, to be able to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses, okay, kailangan meron tayong practical ways on how we're going to do it. Okay, hindi pwedeng, basta one time, big time, I'll set aside already the 3 to 6 months living expenses. I think that won't work kasi wala ka naman ganong kalaking pera if you are living paycheck to paycheck or you're starting up in business. I think you need to at least have a step-by-step plan on how to build your emergency fund. Okay? One of the things that I did to build my emergency fund is I set aside 20% of my income monthly, and untouched na yan, no? Nag-start ako ng online account, and it automatically debits the amount to that emergency fund. And every time we would have what we call the surplus, dahil hindi pa puno yung emergency fund namin, we would put it in our emergency fund until we're able to complete our 3 to 6 months living expenses. And now, kid you not, true story. Dahil sa mga emergencies din ng buhay, whether na flat ang gulong or may nagkasakit at kailangan namin maglabas, Tammy and I actually completed our emergency fund on the 7th year of our marriage. Grabe, no? 7 years namin na puno yung emergency fund namin. Right? So, it's not that easy. Right, especially for a growing family. We started out with 2, just Tammy and me. Then we got married. Then we had kid on the first year of our marriage, and then another kid after 2 years, and then now we have 4 kids. So even your emergency fund actually goes up in value. That's why you have to learn how to set it aside. As of now, we're done with our emergency fund, and we're going on to the next steps. No, ang tanong dito ni Shane, who handles your finances? For now, it's me. Right? And I control it also, not because I want to, but because we both decided na ako muna mag-handle ng pera, dahil pag si Tammy nga nag-handle, so sobrang niyang tipid, minsan di na kami kumakain, kaya pumapayat ako, no, pag napansin nyo. Right? Who decides what to buy or not? Ang kagandahan, no, in what we try to do in our family is meron kaming what we call no questions asked na allowance. No? Out of our monthly income, we've set aside a certain percentage, one for Tammy, one for me, and both of us have that allowance where we don't ask questions. So kung gusto kong bumili ng ano bang pwedeng bilhin? Gusto ko bumili ng essential oil. Hindi tatanungin ni Tammy, ba't mo binili yan? Sabihin ko, kasi pasok naman siya sa allowance ko. It's part of my allowance, so I can buy it, or if you see some of my action figures behind, yan, wala pong sinasabi si Tammy pagdating dyan, because it's part of my my no questions asked allowance. No? So sa mga couples dyan, magandang practice yun na meron kayong set aside maybe around 5%, 3 to 5% of your monthly income for no questions allowance, and that's where you put it there. No? So, kung inubos ko in 2 days yung no questions as allowance, for the next 28 days, wala na akong pwedeng bilhin. Alright. Here's an interesting question. How much do I need to start in marriage? Okay. This is a very subjective question. How much do I need to start? I think, number one, it depends on who you marry. Depends on your values, and it depends on the standard of living that you both agree with. As you get married, kung yung misis mo sanay at a certain standard of living, dapat alam niya kung ano yung pinasukan niya, no? And so this is very important that as we start marriage, dapat naupo na kayo sa date nyo pa lang kung magkano magiging operating cost. So, alam ko mukhang Chinese tong sinasabi ko, no? But it's not. It's actually very practical. You sit down as boyfriend and girlfriend if you're not yet married, or as fiancé, and start writing down your operational cost. Magkano kaya ang aabutin natin pagka tayong dalawa na nasa isang bahay tayo, whether it's our Meralco bill, magi-cable ba tayo, magkano kuryente natin, ilang beses tayo mag-eat out. Lahat yan kasi meron yang corresponding values. So pagka hindi mo inupo yan, minsan nag-over budget ka. Okay? So dapat inupuan yan. Alamin nyo yung values nyo. So for a simple couple, an average Filipino, no, I think operating cost would be around 25,000, 20 to 25,000 pag magkasama na kayo, no. Simpleng buhay lang 'yon, yung operating cost. Hindi ko alam paano pa yung savings and investment. That's why it would be good to actually sit down, right? And maybe for me, being exposed to business family and sila Tammy, also live comfortable. Hindi naman kami crazy rich, no? Asians lang kami. Pero it was good that Tammy and I got to talk first kasi I work when I started working as a campus missionary, wala akong sweldo. I actually had to work outside. I had to do hosting. I did some stand-up comedy. Those were the days, no, when I had to work so that I could serve the church. And so we had to sit down and really work out our budget. And ayun nga yung gusto ko kay Tammy kasi ni-lower niya rin talaga yung standard of living niya. Hanggang ngayon, lowered pa rin ang standard of living niya kaysa doon sa nakasanayan niya, what she was used to when she was single. Now that she's married to me, both of us had to lower our standard of living. And it's actually nice to live a very simple life. All right. Oh, this is a good question. I think this is a follow-up question. How much does a wedding cost today? Funny story because we were invited to speak in a singles retreat and this was the question, how much does a wedding cost? And nag-separate yung men and women. And after deliberations ng mga lalaki, ang sagot nila, a wedding would cost around 100,000. Galit na galit yung mga babae, yung mga singles doon sa retreat na yun dahil 100,000, gown ko pa lang yun. Alright, siguro maraming lalaki talaga clueless. Hindi nila alam na napakamahal magpakasal. Kaya nga tawag mo sa girl mo is mahal. Mahal. Alright, so a wedding maybe now the first wedding that I officiated, this was more than 12 years ago, actually cost only 80,000 pesos. Grabe, sobrang mura. Pero sobrang simple ng wedding. They were able to get their friends to do the video, the photo, the sound system. But it was a glorious wedding. Hindi kailangan garbo kasi ang wedding. No? Kung napanood niyo yung Crazy Rich Asian, as in talagang ginawang rice paddy yung simbahan. Ewan ko kung bakit pumayag yung pastor na gawin yun. Alright, but a wedding would cost maybe around, the simplest one for today, maybe around 150,000. And it could go as high as, on an average, as high as 500 to 600,000. No? Depende po sa guest nyo. Right? So, kaya namang simple na kung may pera ka. Again, this is very subjective. No? So, nasa sa inyo yun ng fiancé mo. Okay, how do you budget your money? Siguro, overview lang for us as a family. How do we budget? Yung mga non-negotiables namin ever since we got married is 10% we actually give back to God. It's what we call tithe. We believe in tithing. Whether you believe it or not, we believe in it. And I'm an advocate of it because God has been so good and generous to us. What's 10%? Diba? And we give around 2 to 3% away, whether to charities. We support Real Life Foundation, Center for Community Transformation, Right Start. Meron po kami mga foundations that we try to give, or we support campus missionaries and other ministries. No? And so we set aside around 2, sometimes up to 5% of that we give away. And then close to around maybe 50% would be operating costs. Mga 50 to 55% will be operating cost namin. Gas ng kotse, gasol, Meralco, pambayad ng rent ng bahay, yung mga daily cost mo. Right? Uy, router, hello. So we set that aside and then we also we set aside mga 10 to 15% for savings and 10 to 15% for investment. So that would most likely around 100% already of our income. No? So very simple lang naman. I think meron ako I've actually talked about this in my YouTube channel. Sa Act Like a Man YouTube, meron akong episode doon on where we put our money, trusting the process. I discuss it more thoroughly there. So you can check it out in Act Like a Man sa YouTube channel namin. No? Oh, hi, Dane Tokushige, friend from Hawaii. Grabe, international na tong show natin. Umpisa pa lang. Right. All right. Last 2 questions. Again, you can ask questions here. I have last 2 here before the 2 p.m. These are the questions that came in. any resources to be financially literate. Right? Aside from the Bible, which has a lot of good principles on scriptures, I think what I could recommend, okay, for Filipinos, if you're a Filipino context, kung ikaw ay may utang, alright, you're in debt, this is the best book by my good friend Chinky Tan, Till Death Do Us Part. Okay, this is such a wonderful book. It's so practical. It is so, parang, guys, just apply kung anong sinabi ni Chinky and you'll be okay. Alright? Yan. Alright? And of course, nahiya ako i-plug. Alright? You can get this one also. I wrote down my journey, how I lost 80% of my money, how God changed my heart, and how I need a change of heart first before I build my wealth. And once you're done with the heart, okay, after mo nito, kailangan mo nito. Meron pa rin ata to sa National, kay Randall Tiongson, No Nonsense Personal Finance. It's a 5-step simple process on how to experience financial peace in your life. And of course, sa lahat po ng sasali sa Build Your Future, and if you sign up, you get this book by Randall, Build Your Future Today. It's actually a great book. It's about investing naman. Ito yung sinasabi niyo, no? Ang tanong ni Abby, where to put first investment. Depende yan, Abby. Good for you to read this book and maybe a Marvin Guermo book. Some of the first investments I made was, now this is debatable. I'm not sure if I did the right thing, pero nung nakakuha ko ng surplus, kumuha na rin ako ng insurance for my wife and my family. And I started doing mutual funds and also a little sa stock market. No? And I've been doing it for more than a decade. No? Pero long-term investor ako. Hindi ako araw-araw na nasa laptop. In fact, ang tagal ko nang hindi chinek yun. No? I'm about to close this. Thank you so much, dessert lover. Right? Padala ka naman ng dessert dito. Rose, see you next year sa tour ko sa Brisbane. Thank you. Thank you also, Lynn. Oh, by the way, before I forget, all right? Build Your Future. Again, go to Randall's Facebook. Go to, well, I might put it na lang din on my Facebook also. The link, I'll just get it from Randall kung paano to. And you can sign up. In short, it's like free. 500, but it's like free because you get a book that's worth 500 pesos. And then you get 4 sessions, learning sessions from Randall Tiongson himself. And of course, one of the most famous millennial speaker today, si Gabby Tiongson. And of course, our R.D. Abelio, no, isa sa mga pinakamagaling na inspirational speaker ngayon. I will discuss on, ano bang session ko dito? I will discuss on building business for social good to help build a brighter future for everyone. So, I'm excited for this session, no? Kasi heart ko yan, no? Na makita pa na mas maraming social enterprise na lumalabas. Doing it for the love of God and the love of people. Okay. Topher! Grabe si Topher. Yeah, from Pakistan. Yes, hope I can visit there. Tell me a good time to visit. Wag sana pag 40 degrees sa Pakistan. Kahit mga mas malamig ng kaunti para magamit ko yung jacket ko na bili ko sa ukay-ukay. Alright. We have maybe take this time to fill in some more questions. Oh, JM. Hello, JM. Kamusta? Long time no see. JP, you could hear more about social enterprise by buying your ticket. Mitch. Hi, Mitch. Wave. Si Mitch ang aking Yeah, ka-office mate. Holiday po ang San Juan ngayon pero nagtatrabaho ako dahil may paper pa ako sa school at kailangan ko pong tapusin ang message ko for Sunday. Mind break ko lang talaga tong ginagawa ko ngayon para alyuhin ang sarili ko at sana na-alyu din kayo. And for sure, na-entertain kayo sa mukha ko ngayon. Hi, Dragon Cat. Uy, sino si Dragon Cat? Hello. Kung sino ka man, Dragon Cat. Right. So, Mitch. Okay ba, Shane? Alright, we'll be wrapping this up in the next 3 minutes. When will be my next live? Pag nagkita tayo, live po yun. Alright. Hopefully, I could do this. I'll try to announce it every week kung kailan ako mag-live. Yan. Okay, thank you very much again to all those who listened. Yes, hope to do this more often. My wife's going to New York, I think next month for training. So please message me so I know. So maybe you guys can connect. Oh, from Japan. Moshi moshi. Moshi moshi. God bless you. Kento. 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 Tama ba? Tama ba pronounce ko? Oh, you're from Queens. Alright. Medyo malayo yan sa Brooklyn, no? Josh. Oh, sige. Message na lang tayo after nito. Thank you, everyone. God bless. And to all the men out there, Katito, act like a man.